In this recording, I'm going to take you through my initial first thoughts and 3 top tips to help you pass your upcoming ACCA SBL examination for the June 2024 sitting, which is all about Praecuro Vet Services Ltd. I've got KS, I've got Mintu. Thank you so much, guys, for your requests. And I got all the messages saying, James, are you going to do us some exclusive notes to help me pass again? Would I let you down? If you click the link in the description of this video, you can download my exclusive notes. I'm going to walk and talk you through in this video and the rest in the playlist, so make sure you subscribe. I'm also delighted to say I'm affiliated and associated with Stranti. They offer a free pre-seen ACCA SBL pack that you can check out if you click the link in the description of this video. They also have down there mock exams, courses, and because I'm affiliated and for pure transparency on the channel, if you were to purchase through one of those links, I would gain a small commission which helps to support the channel moving forward on there. So as always, thank you so much as ever, and let's get stuck into it. So first top tip, and if you have any questions, leave me a comment as well. Would love to hear how you're getting on. But the first top tip is the vet industry itself. Now I'll come on to it on the screen. We're looking at Praecuro Vet Services Ltd on here. They are 32 years established. They're the 5th largest organisation, but they've only got the 6% market share on there. And you've got to get your head around veterinarians, vet nurses. I used to go out with a girl who used to be a vet nurse, so I kind of get a bit of a gist for it. Who knows? Maybe she's watching this video right now. She is lovely on there, but she knows who she is. But nevertheless, that will not be on the exam, but we will be going into what it actually sort of means and what details they've given us in the pre-seen materials. And the first thing for your notes is all about the range of pets which are actually in Ireland. Now, I was a bit sort of weirded out by ACCA saying about cats, dogs, birds, reptiles and stuff. And then I went, okay, as you can see in the overview section, that's going to link to not confusing some students, but the wide range of animals in the country, and therefore that links onto the vets themselves and the vet nurses, that they've got to deal with a wide array of animals, and therefore it's going to need more technical knowledge to deal with different scenarios on a day-to-day basis. The vets or the veterinarians have to go through a heck of a lot of training, 5 years, examinations, rigorous training. And therefore, when we see issues, when we go through the scenarios, such as long working hours, weekend work on there, mental health issues, all these sort of factors that link into the vets moving from practice to practice on there. But coming back to the industry itself, not just the staff, which are a big cost that we'll come on to later on, is here in the services provided. Now, granted, these are magnificent services to help the pets out, but look at the different revenue streams. They've got recurring revenue in annual vaccinations. They've then got the referrals, specialist foods on there, different medication. What I'm getting at here is, in your exam, they are going to test you on specific areas set in the requirements. So for your notes, I'd be getting down the different areas, and if they were to test it, you would know exactly straight away which service it actually was. And I think if it was to come up, then they'd give you more of a breakdown as to say, well, what percentage of PVS's revenue links to annual vaccinations? And we'll probably give you a bit of a greater breakdown on that. The next key thing away from the actual revenue streams is the market share. And as I touched on, Praecuro Vet Services, PVS, is the 5th largest. As you can see where my mouse is, they've got a 6% market share. It's an oligopoly structure. You've got GLOAS, Bellstone, Huge. The next top tip is those names. You've got to get so familiar, utilize flashcards, whatever it may be, so that you get your head around it, because those names and applying that in your answers is going to be critical to get those marks, keep your answers focused, and are going to be fundamental when it comes to your exam strategy on there. In terms of the pet clients, should we say, on there, we have a change. The clients themselves on here. So historically, pets have tended to be owned by those over the age of 35, which was, and then we've got 60% of new pet owners in Ireland in the last 5 years are aged 16 to 34. Now that is really key for your notes because we've got a shift in the actual trends, the preferences, that new pet owners are of a younger age. And why is that important? Well, if we come down to some of the actual financial information that we've been given and some selected summary information, look at this for the last 5 years. First note on here, make sure you're reading those graphs from bottom to top. They're the earlier years to the present year. The staff satisfaction of PVS has gone down. The revenue's gone down. In the last year, it went down by 5.7%. New clients has been declining. So what I'm getting at here for the actual industry itself is it's shifting to a younger audience, and they used to be really good at catering for people over the age of 35 on there. So that is your first top tip. As you can see, there are a lot more notes to go through, but the vet industry itself, getting your head around it and applying it in your examination. Tip number 2 now, coming on to it straight away, is the SBL theories. You can see some on my screen now. I've done a little breakdown for you. We've got pestle, we've got Porter's 5 forces for your notes, SWOT analysis. There are sprinkles as you go through. I don't have a crystal ball as to predicting it is definitely going to come up. But there are other areas. You've got Porter's value chain, the diamond. And as you go through, we've just looked at the economic areas such as market competition, oligopolies on there. There are other technological aspects which the PVS team are falling behind on. Their computer systems and processes are really lacking. But it's these theories for your notes. One area where students fail the SBL exam is they learn the theories in their mind, they learn the textbook answer, but they do not apply it to the scenario. That's where in the notes, if you were to download them, you can actually go through and see on some of them, let me just scroll up to the top, there'll be one on here, that say for instance here we were talking about pet healthcare has a large carbon footprint, waste production, resource consumption, and medicine usage. So that would be your environmental part of pestle that it could be possibly hinting at as a result on that. The last thing in terms of some of the theories are the corporate governance and ethical areas. Agency theory, stakeholder theory is most likely going to be coming up in one form or another. That's so stakeholders, be prepared for internal or external stakeholders, along with some CSR that could be definitely thrown in there for you to apply, linking back to, of course, ethics on there. That will be your integrity, confidentiality. Depends what you got given in the requirements. But again, I would be definitely wanting to have those theories, corporate governance areas, and ethics in my arsenal going into this examination because it's definitely going to come up. And the key bit for that tip is applying it to the scenario on there. So that is our lovely tip number 2, and following through the notes to make sure that you see some of the areas of the theories and then apply it to the unseen information given on the exam day. Tip number 3, ladies and gentlemen, getting straight into it now, is we have PVS's actual overview of their performance. There's a lot to take in, so I'm just going to give you an overview, a bit of a flavour for it. As you can see where my mouse is, this is where we've got the industry outlook in Ireland itself. And we're told that the current rate of revenue for the 31st of March 2004 is $2.5 billion on that. And it's been growing steadily at 3.5%, and it's going to get even more higher in the future at 6.8%. So that is going to increase to $2.67 billion on that. So you've got to say, well, we know that PVS only have a 6% of the market share. As you read through the scenario, what happens is the smaller firms are actually purchased by the larger firms. There's an acquisition sort of strategy going on. But looking at the financial information here as an overview, the revenue from 2009 to 2003 has been steadily declining. From 2002 to 2003, we've had a 5.7 decrease on there. So we're at $165 million. Other areas in terms of Praecuro Vet Services Limited's actual performance on here, the satisfaction of the staff and the clients have gone down, new clients has been decreasing, and the staff turnover has been increasing, which is very bad. That means more and more staff are leaving. The staff turnover for Ireland as an industry itself for vets is 13%. We currently have for PVS 19% on there as well. So it's almost saying to us that because we've had that shift in the younger people, should we say, 18 to 34-year-olds getting pets, have PVS actually shifted the way they've been operating to accommodate this actual new market that's come about? And this is where we come on to the other areas for the overview of the performance, which I really wanted to highlight, and we'll go into more details on the channel, is the values, strategic objectives, and our vision. So look at the vision on there, to be the vet organisation of choice. Well, they're ranked 5th currently on there, and they've got competition coming in externally, internationally, from major corporations that are bringing in extra resources, their expertise. There'll be synergies on there. They've got better computer systems. There's a lot on there, along with leaders in the vet care and client services, retaining staff so we deliver the best client service. How can you have that as a strategic objective with a 19% staff turnover on there and staff satisfaction dropping? So as you can see, there's a lot to go through in terms of PVS's overview for performance. There are some pros, but there are mainly some downfalls, which we'll go on to in more videos on the channel. So I hope that's helped in terms of like an initial knee-jerk reaction. All the details, if you'd like to download the PDF on the screen, click the link in the description. If you have any questions, comments, be sure to subscribe, leave them down below, share this with someone who's got the exam, and I'll see you on the other side for the next video. So I'll leave a couple at the top and I'll see you there. So thank you very much.